When you see me suspended and unable to reply to anyone, that's why. I'll get told my account is suspended because of my ban evasion there when I don't have a single to spare about Dota 2. He's paying Dota? In this video, I'm gonna be reacting to the subreddit Regretful Parents. Okay, so the first time I heard about this subreddit was when I saw a video of a child-free woman. She encouraged people who didn't know if they wanted kids or not to read the subreddit, and she claimed that they would be sure that they wouldn't want kids at all, because she claimed it was like crazy stuff. And I was like, wow, who the fuck regrets having children? Sure, you may find it a challenge, you know, you may think that it's really hard, which it is. You may go through extremely hard times, especially if you didn't plan it. But still, at the end of the day, I like to think that all parents are grateful for their children. Right? Right? So without further ado, I'm gonna read a few random posts from this subreddit. I wanna try to empathize with these people and see where they're coming from. I'm not gonna be holding back on the judgment though, okay? But really, I'm trying to empathize here. I'm trying to see, why would somebody post on here and participate? Maybe, I don't know, maybe I can change my mind about this sub. You know, maybe I'll even join. Maybe these are not horrible people, they're just having a hard day. We'll see. This is dirty. I found my people. Wishing you'd never had kids is a lonely place. I had no idea anyone else felt this way, but here you all are. I have a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old. The 9-year-old is disabled and has moderate learning difficulties. The 3-year-old is, you know, a 3-year-old. I have a husband, and on the surface, he seems present and sharing the parental responsibility. But really, he has no clue about the mental load. He checks out regularly and occupies himself doing other stuff, doing other useful things around the house that I can't be mad about. This sounds like a passive-aggressive. I'm already not empathizing, God. Okay, I have no other support. That's tough. I pretty much hate being around my kids. I don't get any joy from them. Wow. I do what I have to do for them, but I struggle with anything beyond that. I used to be on antidepressants, which maybe kept me a bit more level instead of hating everyone. Well, see, maybe this is the answer. Like, I think maybe the antidepressants made you numb and, you know, you have no feelings now. And I wouldn't want to be you because you sound like a joy. I don't know whether to go back on them, the antidepressants. I tried therapy, but I didn't like my therapist and I can't afford to start over with someone new. I wish every day I could walk out and never return. It seems like fathers can walk out on their children and just dump some money now and then, and society accepts it. Wow, dude, this wasn't a great start. This woman has a disabled son and a 3-year-old. 2 children that need her a lot. And she says she has no support. So apparently these children have only her and her husband. And I feel sorry for them. These poor kids are stuck with this disgraceful woman. I have no sympathy. You are not just a terrible mother. You know, you are a terrible person. You know, you can be sure of one thing. They know. They know you don't like them. You think you're doing what you have to do and it's fine. Like, you're feeding them, you're cleaning them, you're cleaning the house and getting them to doctor's appointments. Motherhood is not just that. Kids need much more than just a maid. You are empty inside, seriously. And you are imprinting your awfulness and your lack of love in your children's developing little brains. I hope that they won't grow up thinking that they are useless and not worthy of love because you were incapable of giving it to them. I seriously hope so. Don't use the society views mothers that leave their children worse than men that do the same argument. Like, this is such bad reasoning. If you are a mother or a father and you don't love your children, you need help. Serious help. We evolved too, and we're designed physically, chemically, psychologically to love our offspring and stand by them real long until they are fully developed, which in human beings, it takes a long time. Our babies are maybe the most unprepared creatures, unprepared babies of all mammals. You know, they are born, they can't do anything. And we evolved to love them deeply so we can get the best care for them so they can develop and grow. I'm not saying that it's over for you. Like, seek help, like seek serious help, because this shouldn't be the case for anybody. I hope you can change. I hope there's still time. All right. An uplifting message from a stranger. Okay, I need uplifting. Okay. Just a PSA, just a public service announcement, rant, of why you should appreciate a good single parent and stay-at-home spouse. Don't mind me. Whoever said stay-at-home or single moms, dads have it easy is a fucking idiot. The amount of cleaning you have to do is enough to gag a maggot. And then taking care of a child and pets and making sure they don't play or step in the cleaning solutions while you're trying to get this stuff done. God bless your souls, and I respect the hell out of you. Okay, I can stand by it. It really is hard. I'm not a single parent, but it's hard for us. I can't imagine for single parents. Anyways, I have a hard enough time trying to keep the dogs and cats off of the freshly mopped floors. I can't imagine having a child that needs your attention while trying to do all of this. Yes, 40 plus hours a week is rough, and this post is not to talk down on people who work that much, but as a reminder that your stay-at-home spouse has a lot to do at home too. It's no easy task cleaning every nook, cranny, and surface while trying to keep children or pets away from the chemicals and keeping them occupied. Then doing all of the childcare, cleaning, cooking, and everything else with no breaks while you have a mental illness that literally sucks the life and energy out of you on top of it. God, I don't know how my mom and other stay-at-home moms did it. And I don't know how people stay on top of housework and childcare while working 40 plus hours a week either. I'd have to drop down to part-time just so I could have enough time for cleaning, medical appointments, grocery shopping, and other things. Yeah, I feel this. Like, yeah. But then at part-time, I probably would not be able to afford half of said things. Yeah. So my utmost respect to your single parents and stay-at-home parents. You are seen, you are loved, you are so very appreciated. Okay, I don't disagree with anything here. You know, this person is saying the truth. Raising children, being a single parent and having to do all the housework and still work, or, being a stay-at-home parent and having to do it all, or being a parent and working 40 plus hours a week like yours truly, it's hard. yeah, I can get behind these kind of posts. Like it's a rant. It's not, you're not talking down on your children. Okay, I agree with one person on this subreddit. Good. Next. I can't believe I let go of the person I actually loved the most in this world to pursue my dream of motherhood and the white picket fence. Okay, motherhood is a nightmare. Who? Firstly, throw away for obvious reasons, and secondly, to clear up potential confusion, I'll preface this by saying I'm a bisexual cis woman who has been attracted to and had relationships with both men and women. Back in the second half of the 2010s, I had a best friend that I was insanely in love with and that I knew liked me back. We danced around it for a while because neither of us wanted to ruin the friendship by potentially reading the situation wrong and making things awkward. But it was a thing for a couple of years after I finally got the courage to confess to her. I'll call her Chelsea. I never understood what she saw in me, a working class college dropout in a trade field who was nowhere near as pretty as she was, especially with a lot of loose skin from weight loss surgery years before we met. She was so charming and funny and witty and charismatic in a way I'm not. She just had the je ne sais quoi to her. I'm not like that at all, but Chelsea was. She was just one of those people. She treated me so incredibly well and spoiled me amazing gifts and was just the most wonderful person to be around. I adored her. My biggest dream in life was always to be a mom. I also wonder if subconsciously I thought it would be a way I could fit in the societal norm. Because I wouldn't have to worry about being bi if I was in a straight relationship. I also really romanticized the idea of having a family and kids. Chelsea
I dreamed a lot about the Kodak
I
moment.
think I could have dealt with
kids
being
and a
in a
partner.
same-sex relationship if society she wanted kids, but I couldn't give up those romanticized dreams of motherhood and matching pajamas with kids on Christmas morning, watching them take their first steps, baking sugar cookies for Christmas and decorating them together, trick-or-treating, a family costume, all that sort of stuff. I now know it's 2% of parenting at best and rarely does how we want it to. That's right. That's 2% of parenting. That's not a good reason for wanting to be a parent. But you do you. Okay, let's go. And I knew Chelsea well enough to know that she would never ever budge on this. Even I was willing to be the one to go through pregnancy and childbirth and be the primary parent. But it sucked in the sense that this person I loved so much was incompatible with what I thought I wanted and was the biggest dream in my life. So I pushed her away right after turning 30. I fell pretty quickly into my relationship with my now partner, Joe. A few weeks later, I'd been talking to him a lot and knew he liked me. I can admit now I settled for him because he was a nice guy who wanted me and had a big crush on me and would be a good dad because he was a good person. I found sex with him pretty repulsive, to be honest, but maybe that's the compulsory heterosexuality in me. I got pregnant pretty quickly into my relationship with Joe, not intentional, and we now have a 4-year-old who just had their birthday, and twins about to turn 2 later in the summer. Chelsea always said motherhood looked like a thankless cage that takes everything from you, and motherhood would be the end of my life. It would ruin everything I love. Wow, that's a kind of unfair take on motherhood, but sure. I thought she was exaggerating because you can be a mom and still have your interests and identity. But she was so right. Chelsea was so fucking right. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I hate being a mom. This dream is a nightmare. There are no rainbows and butterflies, just dark clouds and rain. I feel like I don't have to go too into detail because if you're here, you already know what I'm talking about. It's relentless expensive, tiring, and demands everything from you. Everything that is worth doing in life is hard. I've lost who I am. I'm not a woman anymore. I'm just a mom. I'm X, Y, and Z's mom. I'm always sick. My life completely revolves around my kids. My oldest is on the spectrum. Again, another mom of a disabled kid that needs a good mom. Goddamn. And it's extremely challenging behavior-wise. I've lost most of my friends and my hobbies. The friends who are left are fellow moms, and to be honest, I find them really boring, especially because all they want to talk about is parenting and kids. And I want to talk about anything but because I want to forget I'm a mom for just 10 minutes. Because they always take a back seat. Now I'm a mom. And how messy and sticky kids are, because I feel like I rarely get to talk about my feelings because they are, okay, girl, talk about your feelings. This feels like sounds like a fanfic, honestly, but sure. My relationship with Joe is really mediocre too. He does right by us, but I know he feels completely trapped by this life because he's had to move from the city to the suburbs. He barely see his friends, had to give up his hobbies. He is loving to us and a good man, but I can tell he has regrets deep down and tries so hard not to take it on us. I think Joe just tolerates me, really. Well, can you blame him? I will also have to be honest and admit I have always struggled with attraction to Joe, and that is something that is getting worse now we have stumbled into this busy life with kids. This account won't even last because our IP is banned from Joe trolling gaming subreddits for shits and giggles, and every account made in this house gets banned within a day or two because of his ban evasion on a Dota 2 subreddit. When you see me suspended and unable to reply to anyone, that's why. I'll get told my account is suspended because of my ban evasion there, when I don't have a single fuck to spare about Dota 2. He's playing Dota? I heard from someone that Chelsea is engaged now, and my stupid ass looked at her Instagram. Chelsea is 38 next month, and her fiance just turned 30 earlier this year and is gorgeous. I'll call her Anna. Like, she's beautiful. Anna gave Chelsea an incredible proposal in Europe last month with a ring that I know is worth at least $20,000 based on brand and size, and hundreds of dollars of flowers and fairy lights and professional photos. Chelsea is clearly really happy again and smiles the way she did when we were at our happiest, maybe even a little brighter. Motherhood has aged me 15 years and I look like an exhausted 50-year-old at 35, but Chelsea is 37, turning 38 next month, and still looks like she could be in her 20s. I'm happy Chelsea is happy, because even though I made myself hate her, so it was easier to let go of her for motherhood, a part of me will always love her, but the jealousy is so strong. Yeah, look, it doesn't look like you love her. It looks like you're jealous of her. This is what it sounds like, honestly. This is not love. Also, those were not reasons to be a mom. Like this may be just the way that you're writing, but really sounds a lot like you're a very superficial person. And I don't relate to this lady. I'm sorry. And also, she's barely talking about being a parent here. Okay, let's continue for the sake of the video. Joe still won't propose, even though I want to get married since I've always wanted that, and she has that. Wait a minute, didn't you just say that you don't even care for your baby daddy? Now you're saying that he won't propose? This woman is lost, seriously. A mutual friend said that Anna worships the ground Chelsea walks on, and I know Chelsea was like that with me. Yet Joe basically tolerates me because of the kids, and it's basically the same for me. I can't decide whether to be upset the sex is gone or whether to be relieved. I don't have to pretend I'm not kind of grossed out by him. And it sucks that I'm not enough for Joe to want to marry, but Chelsea got a proposal in Europe worth thousands of dollars. I would have such a better life with Chelsea if I didn't throw it all away for motherhood. This woman would trade her children for an ex that she chose to live. I don't feel sympathy. Chelsea's parents will throw her a blowout wedding too, and it will be everything I'll never have but wish I could have had with her. I keep thinking of the life I could have had if I didn't throw it all away for motherhood. Chelsea was the love of my life, I think, and I threw that away to have kids. I don't think she was the love of your life. I think she was somebody that you envied, and you envy her even more now. She's happy and wealthy and you're not. Okay, I look at Chelsea and Anna and realize I could have had that happiness. Maybe would have traveled less. Maybe I wouldn't have been able to spoil her the way Anna can, but I still could have had a really happy life with Chelsea, with nice bunches and outings and on Saturdays and Sunday mornings, instead of being awake at 6:30 a.m. to wrangle kids, and having an actual happy relationship and having time and freedom, my own identity. I'd be having sex and enjoyable sex. At that too, I lost everything to motherhood and I hate it. I could write a whole post on how much I hate being a mom and hate having kids, but I've rambled enough and the twins are about to wake up from their nap, so I have to leave it here. I hate my life. You know, if you're this petty and superficial, you're not gonna find true joy in anything. Not motherhood, not anything. You don't care about these things. Honestly, this is not even about regretting being a parent. This lady seems like she's really envious of this Chelsea. Not because she loves her. No, it seems to me that she is incapable of such thing. She just wanted to be her. She wanted to be Chelsea. She is just a superficial, self-centered idiot. And I don't think she is capable of enjoying being a mom, because motherhood is about selflessness, is about not thinking about you all the time. It's about not thinking about yourself all the time. It's about, giving up some things so that your kids can thrive, and doing willingly and happy. The reasons that she listed for wanting to be a mom are laughable, to dress up on Halloween, to wear matching pajamas, she has a very social media idea of what motherhood is. I feel sorry for her kids and her husband. I also hope that her self-centeredness doesn't ruin their development, and that they grow up to be happy and healthy adults despite their mother. Every phase is just so hard. My son is almost 3. The first year was awful. He didn't sleep. So around 18 months, he finally starts sleeping, but going to restaurants or anywhere became impossible because he's not able to sit and just runs around. Every outing was exhausting. Now we are at almost 3 years old. Going out has become a tad easier. Still not enjoyable, but getting better. But the terrible trees have started. Defiance, questioning everything, bad attitude. And now we are weaning him off his pacifier and it's hell. He just screams at night without it and won't nap at all. Every time I think we are through one phase, the next one is worse. I love him. He gives me purpose, but I'm feeling like the negatives are outweighing the positives sometimes. The teething, the illnesses, the mess, just everything. Thanks for reading. I feel for this mom or dad. I can empathize with this. This person says that they love their kid, that the kid gives them purpose. This person is just venting about how hard parenthood is And it is. They say, oh, it's just a phase, but then there's the next phase and the next one, and then multiple phases at once. See, if this is a sub for venting, for parents to express things cathartically, and then, breathe deeply and go back to loving their children, then I could get behind that. I cannot get behind selfish people being like, oh, I have no love for my children. I feel no joy. I want to leave my children, but society would say that I'm a monster. That sums up why I think people have to think long and hard before having kids. It's human lives we're talking about. Totally dependent on us for just about everything. You can't be a parent because you want to wear matching pajamas. That's a dumb reason to become a parent. And also, let's not normalize hating being a parent, hating your kids. Like, that's not normal behavior. Being a parent, it's not meant to be fun or cute. It's hard work. It's sacrifice. It's a million little sacrifices every day. It's forgetting about the self and serving others wholeheartedly. Most things that are worth doing are incredibly hard, and that's why they are all the more enjoyable and rewarding. That's being a parent. It's sacred. It should be. And don't be a dumb person. Don't be like these people. And seriously, if you don't feel love for your children, seek help. I cannot stress how not normal that is. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I make videos about motherhood and parenthood and being a millennial and stuff like that. But I don't know what I do. I don't even know. Hit like if you liked. Subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. I said that already. I did say this. I said it already.